Yes, this is Written Writ Ralph talking to you straight from the set of the Written Writ. And we're coming to you with a shadow, and that is my pal Shadow Rabbit.
Good evening, everybody.
Yeah.
Ain't
I
it
don't
a
know.
great night to
I'll
be
lose you
alive?
there.
Yeah. Is there a storm front moving in?
Yes, there's a storm front. We're looking right now at. Wait, no, sorry. We're looking right now.
See, it's all mirror, the cameras and everything. So I've got to remember if you do, the visual gags are such a big part of our performance here. So
You know who's really good at it? Jeremy from Spark Comic. He like knows exactly where to put the finger. He knows. I'm like, I was watching him when he was with us. He was like, if you look at this right here, I'm like,
well, you know something. I mean, he is a perfectionist. A doctor of indie books, and the self-awareness of the digital age.
oh man.
How you doing, my friend? You having a good week? How was your 4th of July?
Oh yeah, I was blessed to get it.
Oh, yeah. See that?
Yeah, I'm going for the corny jokes
We are
today.
on a roll tonight.
I'm going for all the corny jokes today.
You know something? Corn is good.
Yeah, 4th of July was great. I went to the in-laws, had fun, saw the fireworks. Yeah.
Can't complain about that. It was weird, man.
Independence Day.
Yeah, it was weird, man. It just kind of came out of nowhere. Usually we make a big deal out of 4th of July. I mean, the day we beat the extraterrestrial invaders. Independence Day was a big deal to us. We used to have usually we have a big barbecue and everything, but yeah, just made some ribs and hung out with the kids. No complaints.
That's all we can do is just try and enjoy it as much as we can.
Yeah, man. Summertime's here. I'm a little worried. I see everybody's big unmasked smiling faces everywhere as I go. It's like, all right, well, guess we're doing this. Leroy Jenkins.
Leroy Jenkins. Have you done that in the D&D yet?
We survived the Doom Vault. We completed our campaign.
You tell us.
I can't believe we did it. Yeah, and I got pretty dicey there for a few minutes. I thought I had killed at least myself, if not our whole party. We walked into a room and there was I forget the name of it, but a lightning dragon.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it just insta killed the lowest stealth roll in our party, which wasn't me as a barbarian somehow. I had critically failed on the previous. Well, I didn't critically fail, but I got a 3 or something, even with my bonus. It was like a 6. But in this room, I didn't. And one of our party members was rolling 2 characters, so her second character got hit with, I think, 12d10 plus 20 lightning damage, and just instant fried. So the party had decided to, swallow our grief and continue through the room. And as a person, I agreed that we should sneak through the room. But as Ulfgar, the barbarian king, I charged at the dragon and attacked it in a full rage.
Well, it did kill your buddy, so
I said, I was like, boys, I just want you to know I agree with you. We ought to get the hell out of here. Anyway, so I roll 3 d20s.
Oh my god.
And we somehow, not only did we lob that thing's head off, our girl Caroline, whose second character got obliterated there, had this plan the whole time of poisoning an arrow and shooting it into the mouth, and it freaking worked. Before I got consumed, I think I got hit once with it, which took me to basically the brink of death. And then I realized you guys didn't know this was a D&D chat, but I'm very passionate about this particular campaign we were on. And yeah, man,
you know me, we love D&D here.
Dude,
so,
our crew freaking rolled out. We iced that dragon. Got through the next couple traps. I mean, snuck by the Lake of Madness, probably for the best, and we even took out the Lich Lord.
Damn, you guys were busy,
bro. It was pretty darn intense. It's been a week and a half, and I'm not over it.
Well, we can't geek out without our guest, which is Bitsy Tandem. Let's bring her in. We're having a little technical difficulties with her, but she can hear us. So there she goes.
She will be pantomiming this entire American Sign Language.
I'm about 5 seconds behind. Hello. Please bear with me.
Hello from the future.
Well, she is in the future because she's tomorrow already.
The rising sun has already come upon you, as we can see.
It's lunchtime. It's lunchtime tomorrow in Japan. I'm hungry.
And
but that's okay.
Can we ask where in Japan you are telephoning us from?
So, way down south in Kyushu Island, I live in Miyazaki Prefecture. So it's the surf capital of Japan, which is why I have sunburn.
You could do worse than that.
For sure. We could be up north where it's still cold.
Surfing, right?
You could be not in Japan. I hear it's awesome there.
It's pretty nice, yeah.
We all want to go to Japan.
It's really humid though. It's like scary humid. I didn't realize like I thought Florida was humid, but Japan in August is insane.
Sounds wonderful.
That's pretty much how New York is right now. Humid.
I know, I'm loving it.
You're loving the humidity?
I love it.
Really? Oh my goodness.
You're
crazy.
Depends who you ask. But I do like the warm weather.
In Japan, humidity is called mushi atsui, because atsui is hot and mushi is bugs, so it's bug hot.
Oh. Oh my god, that sounds horrible. It sounds cute as heck, but it sounds horrible.
Yeah, I just picture like Totoro's there, like riding surfboards or something.
I mean, it looks just as beautiful as the Miyazaki movies, except, you walk down the cute little Totoro path and it's just bugs. It's mostly spiders and crabs. There's a lot of crabs.
Ooh. Yeah.
Like
sea bugs.
Just canny.
What type of spiders? Like big scary spiders or?
Yeah. So they've got huntsman spiders. So those are big and scary, but they are not poisonous, so they're not dangerous. And people here like to have huntsman spiders, so they'll keep their huntsman spiders in their house. It's weird. I've been in an old Japanese lady's house, and it's on the wall, and she's like, "Don't kill it. It eats the bugs. It eats the cockroaches." Oh,
I've heard of people doing that. Did she have it on a little chain, or lets it run free?
Yeah. No. Oh yeah, she just lets it roam free. She won't let her cats eat it. It's the weirdest thing. But
and if you let the cat catch it,
I've definitely grown a little more immune to the creepy crawlies, I think. Just a little. But the spiders at least don't freak me out as much, because it's okay, they're eating the bad bugs. It's okay. They're eating the bad bugs.
So, okay.
Oh man. So, Bitsy, have you ever played D&D?
Yes. Yes, I have. Sorry, the lag there.
That's okay.
Yeah,
you're just building the anticipation.
The anticipation. Yeah, so I started with Shadowrun. Actually, technically, I started playing with like Mech Warrior, but I started with Shadowrun.
Shadowrun is a fantastic game.
Yeah.
Very few people know about it.
Yeah, it was really awesome. We'd get my aunt and my cousins all together and we'd play. Those were great times.
Do you know Shadowrun? Shadow?
Not really. No.
Shadowrun is orcs, elves, all the good stuff in a modern setting.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Biker gang orcs. You got a fancy elves over there. It's just an amazing concept. I always wanted to see what would happen if you had all those mythical creatures in a modern setting.
I love it. Yeah, I'm super interested already.
I used to play a blue-haired elf, and I always play the rogues, so it was like this technomancy rogue character with like all these gadgets and like sci-fi crap. It was awesome.
Oh man,
that sounds very fitting.
That's a great game.
Yeah, I'm interested already. All right, let's roll up some sheets.
This is going to turn into a freaking D&D game here. It's like, let's just play a D&D game in modern times. And it's so funny because I don't know if you guys have seen it. There's so many people playing and putting their games out in the open. I've been watching like different I guess groups who actually put the stuff out, and it's interesting to see their games being played out. And you guys do the same thing, right? For Travel and Rootbeer?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we just finished like a 30-part campaign that was all on YouTube. So it was a hell of a time. I think we logged, I don't want to know how many hours. Over 100.
That's awesome.
One of the silver linings of last year.
We're all stuck at home, so we might as well play D&D or other games, anything, to keep ourselves busy, or be creative and let our minds roam and do what we need to do.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, my D&D campaign ended last year because of the pandemic and everything.
I'm sorry.
Everybody, it's actually good. People actually got jobs, and I know, right? Jobs. Who needs jobs? And my Kickstarter got funded, which is the big thing. It's like I can't play, and my DM is my husband, and he's like helping me. So we're just like busy. So it's all good. But I
don't know where I put all my Eoterra stuff, but I've been getting packages from Japan with all of it. It's around here somewhere. Sorry.
Yes. Awesome. There's a couple more things to send out and then the book.
Yeah, congratulations. Very excited to see where you're going with it.
Thank you so much. I hope it's up to your expectations.
You're gonna kill it. I know that already.
I know the audience out there knows exactly what we're talking about, but you know what, Bitsy, give them your spiel, tell them what you wrote or what's going on. The fact that you're Kickstarter funded and did pretty well. Go ahead, let them know. The floor is yours.
So the floor is mine. I see. I'm on the spot. Give me a second. So I, am Bitsy Tandem. I write and illustrate in a series called Maiden in Disguise. We had our second successful Kickstarter this year, and we're going to be publishing our first book in English and Japanese. So that's going to be awesome. Oh, hey, look, my beautiful. Is that my website? Oh, that's my old website. Go to eoterra.com. I have a new website. It's quite lovely. Yeah. So it's just E.
Whoa!
There
Look
it
at that.
is. It's so good.
Wow.
Click explore. Click explore. There's.
Dude, look
I'm
at
so
you've got
excited about
weather
this.
patterns. Oh
This
my
is
goodness.
so good. Oh man, this has been like the last year. My pride and joy. This is why I'm so busy.
Look at
Wow.
this amazingness.
Look at it.
That is
So
beautiful.
we've got the map, and you can click on the places and read about them. I think all the information is there. If I miss something, please let me know.
Dude, look at this.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
The amount of effort you put into this world building is just, it's breathtaking.
I'm not very eloquent, and I don't know how to explain things, but it's just like
I think visually you did just fine. Look at
I don't
this.
know. If I didn't know anything, I'd be wanting to buy this book now.
Dude, I mean, I can be won over by passion, and this is just, seeped in it. Look at all this.
Thank you.
You have zeppelins.
This is definitely my love project, my passion project, my entire life. But
absolutely beautiful.
You can see it. You can see it. You can feel the passion coming off of what we're looking at.
So
good. I've been so nervous about launching the website. I keep saying it's gonna be done this month. It's done. It's ready. And then I'm like, oh, we forgot something.
Well, that's the way to be, man. You're constantly getting
dang
in
it.
there and building it.
I forgot North Eldrania and Grodovia.
I think it's just bugging out on my computer. There we go.
I'm working on it.
So, yeah, I mean,
I don't know. I think
it's fantastic.
I think we forgot.
No, I'm just going to say it's a technical problem on my end.
Okay.
You were extremely thorough in this. Can we create our avatars yet?
Ooh.
I think so. I haven't tried that. So there's a quiz you can take, so you can see where you would live and what your heritage would be. So those are two different things. So you can figure out where you're from and what city would be best for you. Yeah. Words. I'm so excited. I'm sorry. I'm shaking. So I think if you go up to the I haven't made a profile yet. I'm such a dork. That sounds like something you should try.
Mini games?
At the top, there's games, mini games. My quizzes are under mini games. Yeah.
Whoa! Awesomeness.
Oh wow!
One day there will be real games. So.
Well, it makes sense because this is supposed to be based on an MMORPG, right?
The whole.
Wow! Look at how.
Yes. So there's two parts to our world. So we have Eoterra is the planet and like the main reality, and then there's an alternate reality, which is the video game world, which is also the tabletop RPG that we're building. And it's just like it all kind of talks to each other. So we've got a complicated multiverse, but that's great.
That's good.
Wrong with that.
No, a complicated, well thought out multiverse. That makes all the difference. If it's just, I don't know, we decided whatever, that can get confusing. But this is obviously anything but that.
It's just breathtaking.
I mean, even the book cover is,
yeah,
like absolutely
it's only
love
not
that.
Confusing because Aaron is my husband helps. Oh, thank you.
I am playing with the physics of reshrinking and enlarging screens here, but yeah, that is so awesome.
I like how the book is 3D. You're trying to move things around, and the book is like pow.
What's it called? We hired We're colluding with the Russians. We hired a Russian team to make the interactive website bits. So there should be like floating supposed butterflies. There should be floating butterflies and moving parts and
whatever they did, it looks
things
wonderful.
I can't do.
Yes, one world here.
I think they move. I don't know.
There you go.
Sometimes. Are they floating?
Oh yeah, I think so.
They are moving. Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, just very slightly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, sorry. I'm.
Don't worry. We're all
getting carried away with this myself here. This is awesome. Like I said, the clouds. I mean, the clouds move on this.
Do they? That would be really nice. It's still working.
Only slightly.
So every month it gets a little better. But yeah, the goal is to have a platform where people can build a Neo-Terran character and make their own stories and, talk about, dive into their own separate life, either on Air Eoterra or in the Luminarion game system. And thankfully, Aaron is a lot better at using the words to explain the things. So the website makes more sense than I do. But yeah, and we want to start doing like blog posts about other people's Eoterran characters and be like, feature an Eoterran and let's talk about this story and this place and just really build a community. That's the goal.
Well, it is ambitious and beautiful, and yeah, I mean,
it's breathtaking. That's
super. Yeah, I mean, this is just awesome. Can I ask who your artist is?
Thank you guys so much. Oh yes, so my artist is Damien Mamoletti. Damien Mamoletti. Okay, I'm totally pronouncing his last name wrong. But if you go to
a rose by any other name.
Right. Exactly. Under About, there's a contributors section, and Damien something with an M. I don't want to butcher his last name.
You're on first name basis with him, so it never comes up.
He was a dream to work with. He's such a great artist. He's done a lot of work for Starfinder. Yeah, he does all the planets and maps for Starfinder. It's beautiful work. Yeah,
I'm not even going to attempt that, but Damien,
I don't blame you for having trouble with that.
Yeah,
that's a mouthful.
I know, right?
Well, whatever your surname is, your artwork is fantastic.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, great expressions on everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, you built the whole planet here.
Speaking of which, might as well jump into this. You've done all this world building for yourself. How was the experience? And I know that you're a little different when it comes to building everything, to writing everything. You're more visual. And I can understand that because I'm visual as well. I see scenes, then I try to write the scenes the way I see them. So take us through your process.
So when I write, I feel like I've recently found out it's more of like a screenplay than like a script writer, but it's not anything like a novel because I can't use the words very eloquently, but I find it easy to find the dialogue. Like I can be in the character and feel the character and know what they're going to say and how they're going to react. So that's how my writing kind of comes out. Almost like when you're role-playing a D&D character, that's kind of how I approach my writing process. So yeah, I set the scene a little bit, and then I feel the characters and I walk with them through the motions of the story. So that's just kind of it's hard to do the paneling on that. So anytime I hire an artist to work with me to do any paneling, they get a little confused, and I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, but it's just, that's the way it flow.
Do you draw the panels yourself so you can give the artist an idea of what you're looking at?
So it depends on which story we're talking about. For Maiden in Disguise, I do all of the art, so it's 100% me. And usually I sit there and I stare at the blank page and I stare at the script, and I'm like, what do I do? Oh no. And that takes the longest time, is figuring out how to go from this to like the actual drawing. But lately my husband has been like, let me storyboard. So he's been storyboarding for me with little stick figures, and it's been so helpful.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, that's been really nice. But we do have 4, 5 other stories that are kind of in the works. So if you look at the Tsukiyame no Kenbujin, it's a mouthful. We just call it Samurai because it's basically about a samurai. But Tsukiyame no Kenbujin, I hire an artist for that one, and I'll do the little stick figure drawings that Aaron does for me for them. So that works great. Ooh. And then I tell them to take that, but also use their creative vision, so they kind of make it better.
Tell me that doesn't say like Fruit Ninja or something.
What was that?
A Fruit Ninja.
A Fruit Ninja?
I see all the fruit, man.
No, it's not Fruit Ninja. It's what do we call it? Veggie Samurai. It's Veggie I like Samurai on Eotera.
Veggie Samurai. Well, you know, some veggie are actually fruit, so.
Yeah. So this one's so Tsukiyame
Don't let those tomatoes fool you.
Content.
Okay.
The lag. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
Okay. So Tsukiyame is the continent that is based off of Japan, and Kenbujin means sword dancer. So yeah, and so it's about a acrobatics group that dances with weapons and stuff, and they become the military for Tsukiyame when they get invaded by the Zyrian army. So it's about this young girl who wanted to be an acrobat and a performer, but she ends up becoming a warrior and a leader in the army and brings victory, hopefully, maybe something, with bumps along the way. Yeah, it's a historical Eotera comic, and it's turning out really beautiful, but hopefully we'll kickstart that soon, get more pages.
It looks really beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, this page won't load the art for the pages because I did something wrong on the back end and I haven't fixed it yet, but we have 3 pages for it, and they are just fantastic. Go It Studio does these pages, and they take my vision and just make it better. Wow. They do such a great job. I'm really pleased with what they've been doing.
Yeah, I love this.
Why? Look at that.
Yeah, that's great.
Ooh, it loaded for you. That's fantastic.
I thank our tech oligarchs every day for our fast internet and our freedom to use it.
That is just beautiful. Look at that.
Nice.
Oh, that is these?
Thanks.
Well, anyway. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So that's been going well. And then my steampunk one, which we were all very excited about, is not probably going to be around until October this year.
I'm guessing it's the dirigible one?
Yeah. So dirigible Flight of the Dackernaut. I had an artist for it, but we had some communication issues. They couldn't do the backgrounds I wanted, and they thought I had backgrounds for them. So it was like, I don't got any backgrounds. So it's fine. It's okay.
Even doing it over this rusted, background is kind of funny.
So I made that, but
it looks like it's a great little taste of what you've got in mind.
I just like the way they look.
Yeah.
Yeah. Old timey, like,
I don't know. I think it's just my mustache self, but I like mustaches and stuff.
Oh.
I like the cut of their
guys
jib.
Do you like better? Do you like George Techrin or Maxwell Rightford?
I gotta admit, I'm gonna go for the suave mustache guy instead of the bearded little guy over here. A good stash makes a good villain or hero.
They got a nice, Tom Sawyer, Huck Finn feel to them here.
Hey, you're right.
Yeah. They're supposed to be very like two halves of the same idiot, I guess you could say. They're a lot of fun.
Do these all take place in the same universe?
Yes. So this is all on Eoterra. So this is, like I said, a historical comic, just like Tsukiyame. And the suave guy is George Techrin, and he's a very important figure in the whole Eoterran history to come. So you'll actually see his descendants in Maiden in Disguise. And then the other guy is the quirky inventor who actually built the Dackernaut, which is the name of the dirigible. And he's also very important, but his stuff will come in a different series. His descendants. Words.
I like how you're really fleshing the whole world out, doing projects to like expand the universe, to make the universe more meaty and in depth. And I feel like I can see what you're doing. You're like, well, here's the backstory. Now we're going to tell you the story over here, so you know what's going on over there, because you see the history, and that's important, especially when you're world building.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. But it's super in depth, and it looks like your world is so thought out that I'm really intrigued by
it. Yeah, there's definitely a lot more we want to do with it too. Like I've got a million stories. But yeah, we gotta take baby steps. I'm really excited for the coming years, though. It should really start to be a thing and be something people can interact with and be a part of. And it's just, it's like what I always wanted my favorite IPs to do. It's like Marvel doing all these things, and like you want to be a part of it, or like Harry Potter doing things and you want to be a part of it. Well, I want to make like a whole community where it's like, let's be a part of all of this together, and here's established things that you can riff off of and imagine with. And I don't know, maybe it's canon, maybe it's not, but we'll have a good time anyway. Does that make sense?
Look at it. I like what you're doing. I like the fact that you're putting look at all this stuff we got out there. Have fun with it, play with it, enjoy it,
Thank you.
It has that epic feel.
The lag. I'm sorry. I'm like, wait a second.
No, it's fine. If these are your baby steps, I think you're going to cover a lot of ground quickly, because it's already looking fantastic. So.
Thank you guys so much.
Can I ask which IPs, if any, particularly inspired you over the years?
Well, definitely. I mean, Lord of the Rings is a huge one for me. I really, my mom used to read me The Hobbit growing up, like when I was really little. So I used to make stories in that world before I even watched the movies or knew about anything else. I was just like, I love this fantastical world, and I like these concepts. And I was always a daydreamer, so I just sit there and look out the window and think about elves.
I feel you. It's really like I talk about it all the time. It's really important, I think, to play in somebody else's sandbox. It helps you understand writing. It helps you understand world creation. It helps you become a better writer because you're playing in this sandbox that already has its rules, and it allows you to just really enjoy it, really get into it, and try to follow the rules as much as you can.
Definitely. I think that's one of the most fun things about writing and creating content in general is just being in the creativity, being in the other worlds, whether it's your personal world you're building or somebody else's world, just to enjoy it. It's the best part about video games. It's the best part about reading a book. It's the best.
So, what are the other two? You talked about the dirigible and the samurai. What's War of the Sands and Vetra Vertana?
Yeah, Vetra Vetana. She's my superhero. She's my superhero IP. Her comic is supposed to be Gringe style black and white comic.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, I don't have an artist in line to do her yet, and her story is not quite written completely. I've got like chunks, but I don't have the first chapter done yet, so I've been focusing on the others.
Yeah, this is gangster, man.
Yeah. It looks great.
I commissioned that for my best friend. She created Vetra with me, and her dog was really, really important to her. And when her dog passed away, I had this page commissioned for her and decided that Vetra would also have a dog. And so it's a special little thing that I made for my best friend. Yeah.
That is super cool.
But she's like an all-powerful super being, and her story's all about girl power, and there's like love interests, but in the end it's like, who needs them? It's all about, it's all about her.
Sounds good to me. I feel like girl power should be about being in your own power. Having a relationship and with somebody is nice, but you should be able to control your own self.
Mm-hmm. And she's got like immense powers, so she's like, I got to figure out how to deal with these things that just keep growing and getting loose and like going crazy. So she finds her outlet, which is music, and she becomes a DJ. It's a wild story.
Well, DJ and superhero makes sense. That's a good side job.
Yeah, she's an alien, so she doesn't live on Eoterra. She's not from Eoterra, but she comes to Eoterra because she can move through the different realms, which is how the multiverse starts being connected.
I can see you thought all this stuff out.
Yeah, that's all I do. I just lay around in bed thinking about things. That's not true. I sit around and draw thinking about these things. Somebody's got to get the comic done.
No, I like this idea of her dealing with her, immense cosmic powers, just playing the keyboard.
I gotta admit, this black and white looks beautiful. Nice. I do love the color that you had for the cover. That looks really nice too.
Oh yeah, that splash was sick.
My best friend who made this comic with me, she did that cover. She's a fantastic painter. She does traditional painting, and she does big scale, like, what's it called, texture painting. So it comes off the canvas. It's awesome. It's so cool. She's so cool.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's sick.
It really showcases her power. I love the color, the bleeding into each other. Yeah. Well, what's your friend's name?
Her name is Lacey Champagne.
Oh, that's a great name.
She owns an art store in Oregon, in Bend.
Feel free to plug any or all of your friends or anything else anytime. Shameless plugs are more than welcome, even encouraged.
Yeah. She doesn't do social media really, so she just kind of does her own thing. But if you're in Bend, Oregon, go to Layer Art and Supply. She'll hook you up.
You know, you're gonna have some people show up at her place going, we saw what Bitsy was saying. Your art looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Be cool about it. But yes, go support the arts.
It's so good. It's so good. I love her stuff so much. One day I want to have like a picture of hers on my wall when I have a house, because they're like huge, like 6, 7, 8 feet, big pieces. Yeah. Be great.
I was looking at that superhero piece that she did right there, and it does look like it's probably like like a huge piece.
You said that's traditional painting?
Oh, so that one is her digital painting. She just started learning digital painting, so I was helping her out. And but yeah, she normally does traditional. She does like space stuff, like, and atoms, like science. She does science and space stuff. So it's like really abstract depictions of like an atom and an organism or a cell or a planet. Really cool.
I'm sorry, what was her name again?
Oh, okay. Her name is Lacey Champagne. It also might be under Lacey Jade. That's her middle name.
Ooh.
Can you?
Man, that is some name. That's some title.
She's a bombshell.
Lacey Champagne. Lacey Jade Champagne.
I know, right? She's so cool. Let me see if I can find her.
And this is where all the geek stuff starts to happen, because everybody's go, we gotta see some more of this.
Here's a good one.
If you want me to share something, just put it over here and I'll put it up.
Yeah, let me open up this link really quick.
No, that's
I hope she's really, really shy, so I hope she doesn't mind me sharing this, but this is her. That's her and a piece of her art.
It's so funny how we get so we are all so creative, yet most of us are pretty shy.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Oh, okay.
Well, I don't have to put that up on the big screen if you've any fears of retribution.
Yeah.
She said, "Yeah." I heard a yeah.
Yeah.
Put it up.
All right, fair enough. We are not here to make anyone uncomfortable, but that looks super cool. I'm getting like first Alien type of vibes, or 2001 Space Odyssey.
It's like the interior of a spaceship.
And wow. if that's her standing in front of it, these are large scale works.
Yeah, so. That's a small one for her. That one's pretty small for her. She usually does really, really big.
Very awesomeness. And we will leave that to our audience's imagination, because this is a safe place to be as weird as you want.
Yeah.
You have to see what we're looking at, people.
Oh, paint this
I feel like
for
we're
you.
teasing now.
The theater of the mind take over.
If you're thinking something and you're imagining it, it's better.
So anyway,
it is better. Yeah, we used to dress up. Right, we used to dress up as aliens sometimes for like Halloween, and we always make a scene.
See, the creativity's always been with you. Use the force, Bitsy.
What type of extraterrestrial are we talking? Like antenna, or like fishbowl over your head, or Cthulhu?
More just like pretty sparkly, glittery aliens. Let's see.
It's not like the sparkly vampires, right?
I guess I was showing my hand there about what type of alien I would dress up as.
Vampires. We're far too blue. I would be a pink alien with blue hair and shiny purple eyes and like pastel purple glitter all over my body. Okay.
That actually works. I like that. That sounds good. It sounds very creative, very colorful. Very you, yeah.
Thanks.
Be the best pastel alien you can be.
Hey, that's my whole brand, man. Pastel alien.
Awesome.
That's who I am.
I'm usually the weird alien who looks like everybody else, but he's really from another planet. I think I said too much there.
Yeah. Oh no, the secret is out.
I always suck at keeping secret identities. Oh, there we go. Hold on. I'll put you up.
Nah, it's okay.
Come on, put him up. Put him up. Put him up. Put him up. There we go.
Space
stuff, bro.
I'm a little bit of a fan.
Nice.
Humanoids. Yeah. Okay, that's enough of me.
I've been talking to the guys. I'm trying to get them on the show. Let's see what happens.
They are awesome dudes.
Yeah, I just gotta like get them a couple of dates to see what they like.
I feel like, yeah. Hey, anything that gets the word out of awesome people. Like I said, man, I can be won over by someone's passion, and it's people in this community have it in spades, and I'm just super thrilled to keep meeting cool people who love what they're doing, because that makes it a more interesting world for all of us.
I definitely agree with you. All this creativity, all this beautiful art, that we delve through, especially when we go through the cons or we talk to our fellow online creators. It's just an amazing thing to see, and especially if you get a chance to actually talk to the people creating the comics you're reading.
Also, Bitsy's about 10 seconds behind us, so I'm trying to gauge her facial expressions to see what she's up to, while also seeing our visual cues at the moment.
I was trying to find a cool picture of me in my alien outfit, but I can't find it. So y'all just have to imagine it.
That'll be a tier on your next Kickstarter. A tier for your next Kickstarter, maybe.
If you guys buy this, I'll show you that.
And I'll just throw in some funny old Halloween photos. Why not?
Right. I found a whole bunch of my old stickers, and I'm like, I'm gonna put these in my next Kickstarter.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Just like a grab bag. Be like,
oh, those are cute.
It's like,
oh, nice.
That's some great stuff, man.
This one's one of my favorites. This is one of my very first digital art pieces I ever made.
Ooh, that's really beautiful.
Thank you.
Can I ask what you use to make your digital art? Do you use a tablet, a program?
So I use a Wacom Cintiq tablet and Clip Studio Paint. I've been using Clip Studio Paint since before it was called Clip Studio Paint. It used to be called Manga Studio, and I got it for $50, and now it's like $300. So I'm like, yeah, score.
That's why sometimes it's good to be an early buyer of these things. Sometimes it's bad, but sometimes it works out for you.
Gotta know what you like, what works for you.
You also go live doing your art as well, right?
I did a lot of research before I bought my first Cintiq, and I I bought it all with my own money. That was like, I got my first job and then my second and then my third and worked them all at the same time for a little while. And I was like, how do I like to draw? Because some people like to do pen, like the intuos, like draw down here, look up here. And I'm like, so I tested, like, how do I like to draw? What do I like to do? And I figured out, okay, I like to draw kind of here, like all right here. So I got the Cintiq and I was like, this is the one. I know it is. And I just plugged at it for years and years until I got halfway decent at it. It was an uphill battle.
It's funny. We here in the Written Writ, we like to say, just write. Just if you want to become a writer, just write. If you want to become an artist, just draw. You guys, if whatever you're passionate at, just do it. You stop trying to convince yourself to do it. Just do it. So trying to stop yourself from doing it, just do it. The only way to get better is to do it. You got to start on your journey of 1,000 punches or kicks or whatever it is that you're doing, so you can become a master.
For sure. Yeah. And I mean, that's really just how any skill is. Like, you can maybe have a little natural talent here or there, but at the end of the day, you just have to keep doing it. And the first stuff I started drawing were just triangles with eyes and noodle arms. And then I'd write a little story about them.
The first things I started to write, I've run into them a couple times, and it's interesting to see, what my child self was writing, especially my first detective novel, because that's the first thing I wrote was a detective novel with a private investigator, Maxie Jones. And it's always interesting to go back and read that and go,
I definitely feel that. I had this series before Twilight came out about vampires, like real vampires. Like, it was supposed to be somewhat horror, somewhat love story. Right. And I found it. And it's like you can hardly read my handwriting because my handwriting is just atrocious. And like I said, I don't write like novels. I write like this weird screenplay style that's not really anything. And so I couldn't hardly read any of it. And the drawings are so bad. And it's just like cringe central. And I'm like, I remember sitting in the band room drawing this and thinking it was so good.
To be fair, it's probably on par.
I completely feel you, because that's how it was for me too. It was like, oh my God, this is so great. I can't wait till somebody looks at this stuff, and then I'm reading it and I'm going, oh, okay. I find it entertaining, but that's just me.
Yeah. Hey, cringe is just first draft. If you made something and you don't like it, do it again. Do it better. There's no rules.
It got a response. Cringe is still an emotional response, and that's what art is all about.
And most of the times, it's better for us to do it just for ourselves. I know we're like, we're supposed to look at the audience and do it for them. But I feel like if you're better off just writing that story for you, or drawing that piece for yourself. Unless you're doing a commission, that's totally different. Now you're doing it for somebody else. But if you're doing something for you, I feel like that's the biggest process of becoming the creator. To do the story that you want to see. To do the art you want to see. This is what we do. It's not to say that the audience isn't important. It's just saying that, I'm writing my story because I want to see what my story is.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, it's like, I don't like drawing fan art because it's already made. It's there. It's created. You can see the original. So I've always preferred to draw my own stuff. But I know some people who love drawing fan art. That's what makes them happy. And I'm like, then do that. Do what makes you happy. Do what brings you joy. And if you want to make a career out of it, know that it will make you sad at sometimes. but as long as it makes you happy more, you're doing the right thing.
Exactly. I agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny when you have lag, you go, okay, how long do we wait to like move things? But the good thing is we sound like some pretty cool ASR. What is it?
ASMR.
There you go.
Sorry.
I can never spell it right or say it right. So
I think that's the right acronym. I gave up on caring about. I stopped caring what acronyms mean a while ago. I invent my own meanings to them.
I feel, man, like right now, if you're listening to the show, you're like, oh man, this sounds good. I feel like I'm really relaxed. What's going on?
Yeah.
Oh, those voices, all three of them is like smooth.
We're just writing a happy little story together. No accidents here.
Let's write that happy little tree who becomes a mutant and starts to hit everybody.
Right, yes.
It's a happy little.
Oh, the Bob Ross vibes. I love it.
Oh man, creating is just like it's addictive. It's one of the reasons that if we're gonna go back to D&D, one of the reasons I love D&D so much, and it led me to become a writer, is that you start to create your own. First off, when you're a player, you create your character, you create your backstory. Sometimes you have to work within the DM's world, but you're still creating your own thing. And once you become a DM, you're creating the world where these players are going to play. So you have to make sure that everything, you cover it as much as you can, which also prepares you to become a writer. Because sometimes, as writers, when we create our world, we'll create things that we never even use in our stories. And I know for damn well that as a DM, I've created stuff that I've never used.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's okay. Like creating stuff that you won't use, or you'll use it later. I like to repurpose. I love to go back through my old stories and be like, that was a good idea. I didn't execute it very well at the time, but if I bring it to Eoterra and redo a little bit, it's fresh and new, and then it's like, I feel like that gives my childhood self a little bit of like affirmation. It's like, you did good, kid. It wasn't perfect, but you were on the right track.
I completely agree with you. There's times where I'll pull something from another story that I was like, okay, this didn't work out, but if I add this to this, just like you're saying, all of a sudden we got a whole beautiful different story that works much better. And I'm like, okay, so that wasn't such a bad idea, like you were saying. It was just that it wasn't done the way that we should have done it.
Yeah, definitely. And oh, I lost my train of thought.
Don't worry, that happens to me all the time, especially in this show.
It's coming up with ways to make a light bulb, but that's life,
Mm-hmm. I like to say it leaves the station without you, so it's like, it's just like, woo, and you're like, wait, come back, my idea.
Oh, believe me, yeah, I completely agree. You're trying to catch up to it. Sometimes you do. Sometimes the train stops, you slam right into it. Sometimes it's gone.
Definitely. Sometimes it will stop for you, but sometimes it just disappears. I hate that. I hate it when an idea just obliviates, just disappears into the ether. Like it's like you feel it, like you're bringing it back, and then poof, and it's like, oh no, it must have been important.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Yeah, it's that it's times where I even have the paper in front of me and I'm like, wait, let me write this down before.
Yeah.
And as you're writing it, ooh, I'm like, that was great.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So I completely feel you there. And that's why I have so many notebooks. I have so many notes. I have so many things. And even with the whole let's write a story together. There's just tons and tons of stuff here. I know we all saw that it started off with the stuff in the board behind me, and as time has progressed, it's turned into more and more stuff here. And let's see, where do we leave off?
It's been a few weeks, hasn't it?
It's been a long time. I do know that what we're gonna do is, I wanted to touch base on it to see where we were with it, see what the story was, see if we have any ideas here while we're working on it, and then probably bring it back to a Saturday, at 5:00. That way, everybody, which is when we were doing the thing anyway, so that everybody can get a chance to participate and not feel like they've missed out in something they helped create in the first place. So if we're gonna go through where we are, let's see. We got a private investigator named Lisandro Polos Cuos, a waitress studying to be a lawyer. She works at a diner, bar. You got a detective. You got the father of the, I guess the father of the ghost child. Yeah. You got Matthias Armitage. You got the child who's half ghost, half human. The villain, whose name is Sorjanis, who's trapped because he's a body hopper. The bar is a dimensional portal. The name of the club is called Yasigi, and it shows up at night. During the day, the diner is the Good Mood Diner. The bartender, Persades, child of Hades and Persephone, he's a trickster. The wine is owned by the villain, or the minion. What we know. The PI detective and father were friends, all on the force, possibly in the military together. An event happened that led to Matthias' death, and body was never found. Matthias ended up fighting Zorjanis, who was trying to take his body. Zorjanis ended up trapped in Matthias' body. While in ghost form, he ends up having a child with the waitress. The waitress is studying to be a lawyer while working at the diner secret bar. And the detective getting a lead about his friend Matthias' death calls upon Lisandro to get information from the waitress. And that's where we were.
For starters.
Yeah. And then we got a couple of story bits. If you want to read them, or if you want to see them, you can go to the episodes. If not, I'll probably reread them when we do that show again on one of the Writs Saturdays at 5 p.m. And there's other bits and pieces here. It was fantastic. I loved getting the creative juices flowing. I loved having the audience participate and to help decide the direction the story was going. It's almost like having a live role play where you're trying to help the DM create the world.
Yeah, I love being an active participant in this type of thing. I think being able to bounce ideas off of people is a good thing. Then you don't get too caught up in your own whirlpool of thoughts. Hey, does this make sense? Is this cool? Is this fun? Something to be said for doing it all yourself too. But for this particular, project, I think it's really cool.
It's a really cool concept you've been doing. I went through and watched pieces of the first few videos. I kind of watched the middle and then the end, beginning, middle, end, middle. Well, I was cooking dinner last night, so
do it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's it just refreshed myself. I'm like, oh, and you can see how it progressed from the diner to the IP to the detective, and then the whole lawyer thing. So, oops. But it's definitely, I feel kudos to you for keeping track of everything like that. It's it's crazy watching it come together, and I'm like, whoa, that came out of left field, but then you work it in. That's impressive.
I appreciate that, and it's funny because it's my thing. I love being challenged to write. I feel like when I'm being challenged to actually create something from something that's already there, or a phrase or a thought that's being put, given to me, and this is just me on steroids here, because you're like, okay, Ralph, we got this and this and this and this. What are we gonna do? And I stood there going, okay, how about this and this and this and this and this. And one of the things I like about this is it actually showcases, and to add to what you're saying, Shadow Rabbit, it showcases the writer's process, because sometimes as a writer we don't just do it ourselves. We have other writers to talk to, and we'll toss ideas with each other. And this actually gives you a glimpse at that writing process of being able to throw things at each other and see how the story progresses, see what's used, see what's not used, see what's used for later, see what gets into the main story. See, sometimes something stupid that everybody is going, hey, that's just stupid, and you're like, oh my god, that's such a main part of the story now. It's just amazing, to see the writing process happen, especially live like that.
Yeah. I know, right? 3, 2, 1. Yeah, it is really amazing to watch the writing process come to life like that. And you're right. I mean, a good writer always has at least 2 other people, sometimes 3 or 4, to just talk about it, chew on your story, and figure out, what's good, what's not good. I always, my husband, he'll come through my script, and sometimes he'll just throw a piece out, and I'm like, why did you change my story? And I'm like, I didn't think it was important. I get really upset about it, but that's one of the things I'm like trying to learn. It's like you need to be humble as a writer. You need to take the criticism, think about it, really think if it's good for the story or not, and kind of take your pride out of it. So that's something I've been working on. It's like, take my pride out of it. Don't get so upset when people criticize it. But yeah, I turn like rage Bitsy. I'll be like, don't change my dialogue. Don't change it.
I completely understand where you're coming from. Like, with me, it was the fact of, as writers, sometimes we're very secretive, and we don't want to share what we have because we think somebody else is going to steal it from us. And it took me a long time to like get out of that head space and be able to talk to other writers, because it's important to talk to other writers, because this is one of the ways we actually get the ideas flowing. Sometimes we're stuck somewhere and we're like, oh my god, I didn't think of that. But I completely understand with you, because it took me a long time. Yeah. A couple of years ago, this was unimaginable to me. I did not think I would be able to be like reading my stuff out in the open and especially like on a live thing. No.
Mm-hmm. Especially like reading it out loud. It's a whole different thing, because when it's in your head, it sounds so good. And then it comes out of your mouth and you're like, that's not what I said, is it? Like, that's weird.
Well, yeah, that's actually helped me a couple times, because I'll read something and I'll start fumbling. I'm like, okay, so that needs to be changed, because if I'm fumbling, there's something wrong.
Right. Definitely.
I'd be terrified to write anything down. I try to speak only exclusively from a stream of consciousness at this point in my life. And even that I'm more than often terrified about.
I feel you there too, brother.
Yeah.
We've gotten good at this whole life back and forth type of thing over here with the stream of consciousness and just going with the flow and seeing what's the next word that pops out of the mouth.
Guess depending on what you've got bouncing around in there, but the worst thing you can be if you're yourself all the time is you. And what are you gonna do with that?
And this show makes me me.
And I'm happy for that, my man. Because you are a beautiful freaking person.
Aww.
You too. And all you watching, probably.
That's awesome.
Probably.
You can't see my heart though.
It is late. I don't know. I've got some questions.
Awesome.
Well, speaking of late, we're at the 1:10 mark, which means we got 5 minutes left. So, Bitsy, we'll start with you. What's your last word here? I really enjoyed hearing your thoughts on being creative. I loved rehearing all the stuff on your property and what's coming up. We can't wait to see it. So, what's your last word? What do you want the audience to know?
Thank you for having me on today. I know it's been like a crazy couple of weeks, but it's been like I just really enjoy seeing friends, chatting with you guys. It's always fun. It's always fun being here. So thank you for that. And hopefully we will have a Kickstarter this month, like planned. It was supposed to drop today. Things happen. That's okay. But hopefully we will have something in a week or two if my artist for the samurai one gets back to me and is down to go for it. We'll just do a small launch, get it going, get 5 more pages or so, and just get that rolling on its own. But the biggest thing is just this August, maybe September. I'm a little slow on the drawing, but we'll have Maiden in Disguise book 1 out in English and in Japanese. And this, man, I just show it to everybody. Show it to everybody. Get one for your kids' friend's baby, and get one for your granny. Just get it out there. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. That's like my big. That's the biggest thing is the book, the physical book. I love physical books. There's something about them. Just anyway, you don't have to. But and then August, yeah, I said August. August is mid. We said that. Continue. October. See, they're same sounds there. October. Hopefully, Steampunk Dirigible Flight of the Dacronaut will launch it, and then that's just kind of what this year is going to be. Launching the website, launching the stories, just getting something there so people can start seeing it and interacting with it and talking about what they're excited about. And that's what I'm excited for, at least. I'm excited to see other people excited. That's kind of normal though, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, and then onward to book 2, right? That's the goal. The people like it and we can make more. Yeah, hopefully. Baby steps. But
so wait, if they want to find the book or they want to get the book, because I know the Kickstarter is over, they can still buy the book, right?
Oh, okay. So that's on me. I haven't actually made a pre-order page for it on the website, which reminds me I should do that. But hopefully I'll do that like today or tomorrow. But you can go to eoterror.com and make a profile and sign up for the monthly newsletter. So when it is released, we'll have links. And yeah, like it's all about eoterror.com. It's all going to be there. You can follow me on Instagram and stuff if you want, but I'm not too worried about it. I'm so bad at social media. I'm looking to hire someone to manage my social media. If you are out there, person, hi.
That's actually a fabulous idea. As I handle the Bitten Apple stuff, I mean, I'm always going, shit, man, we should just hire somebody for this thing.
Right. It's the hardest thing for me. It's like I wake up and I get in my groove of like writing and drawing, and then I'm like, I totally forgot to post anything.
I feel you. I feel you. So, Shadow, what is your last word?
I'm excited when other people are excited as well. And all these good vibes, man. I'm feeling it. I really get my my drive to work when I'm happy, when I'm excited, and I feel like sculpting some stuff right now.
I actually feel like writing something right now, and it's probably going to be having to do with this.
Sleep is for the weak, and weakness is a choice. So let's get some artwork done here.
Exactly.
But on that note, be kind to each other. Tip your waitresses. Call your mother, and spread a little bit of kindness. We're only on this ride for so long.
All the good stuff. And that's why we have Shadow here, so we can have the good stuff.
For sure.
Speaking of this thing here, most likely what's going to happen is we're going to do a special Saturday show at 5 o'clock, like it was happening during the first part of the pandemic, and we were doing the story together. And you guys will get a chance to continue to write the story with me. And, if you have ideas, bring them along. Bitsy, if you have an idea, share it with me. Shadow, as always, you've actually contributed a lot to molding the story. Just keep going. Keep bringing it on, brother.
We got this.
I really enjoy this. We will continue to do it. So I'll let you know. I'll make sure that you know ahead of time when we'll be doing the 5 o'clock written on a Saturday to do this. On Saturday, we have Apple Bites. And this week, we have... I'll let you know. I think the
notorious TBA.
The lineup just changed completely. Yeah, but that's how this show works. That's how all this live stuff ends up being. Sometimes.
Can you cut us a quick promo, WWE style, of the masked guest?
You want another one of those? You want me to go back on TikTok and be like, "Well, brothers and sisters, what we have now here is Mr. So-and-so and Mrs. So-and-so, and they're going to be fighting it out on the Apple Bites. Take a bite of it before we take a bite of you."
That was beautiful. Me and my boy Traveling Rootbeer were just watching a bunch of old, Macho Man and Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior type promos.
Man.
The best stuff. Gold.
Man, I still remember no one can smell what The Rock is cooking.
That's the only one I know out of everything you guys have just said.
Well, it makes sense, everybody knows The Rock.
Everybody knows The Rock.
All right, guys, we're gonna have Bitsy back on when everything gets settled with the Kickstarter. That way we can find out what's going on. We love having her on. She's a ray of sunshine as the sun is coming in behind her, as you can see. So we'll bring her back over here. We'll talk about her stuff. We'll talk about writing, creating, all the good stuff. D&D, hey, role playing. She has her books about MMORPG. This is just all the stuff I love put together in one little thing. With that, of course, we're gonna do the usual thing as we try to figure out